Hello everyone, welcome to the live feed. The redo. Apparently we had some connection issues, so we've restarted. Okay, now I'm going to resend out some invites here, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. So real quick like, I'm going to send these out. Better send one to Neil, otherwise you'll moan about it. Alright. Neil, come on phone. There we are, lovely, brilliant. Get rid of that. Right, Mr. Collins with us. What's it like, Robert? Is it good? Okay. I did a speed test and everything. My internet's fast as. Alright? Should have no issues. Now, I'll do a quick recap of what we're doing today. So, a little while ago, I purchased this bad boy. Right, quick recap here. Purchased this bad boy, which is the Cross RC SR4. I believe it was the A model. It had a broken dog bone. You can see here. What's the connection like, Brennan? Is it good? Hopefully it's good. If it's not, it's your hotel. I've done a speed test and posted the results and everything. So, the truck had a broken dog bone. This is the truck. We've done some decal work to it. Looks good, yada yada. Ben, you've missed nothing, okay? Nothing. We did a restart because apparently there were some connection issues, so I've done everything I can and my connection's flat out. I've got really good speed, so if there's an issue, I'm afraid it's not down to me. Hamish has joined us. Hello, Hamish. Right, so what we're doing is we're gonna fix the SR4. I've got some CVDs, I've got diff case, I've got knuckles, I've got everything. We're gonna fix it. We're also gonna install some goodies. We're gonna put a chassis stiffener kit in it. Okay, one of those in it. All depending on how we go for time. I'm gonna put metal gearbox case, metal gearbox mount. Yeah, we might have time. The metal transfer case, because the SR4A, which I believe that was factory, comes with the plastic ones. Brennan, yep, everything seems good. It was probably just Facebook happens. Quite possibly. One thing I did was move the modem from one end of the house to the other. I mean, this house isn't that big, but my internet connection tests are good. I've got some good speed going, so it could well be Facebook. Also got some bump stops. We're going to install those. These are to prevent this happening, okay? Now, I didn't do this. This was like when I bought the truck, which is fine, doesn't matter. These are to prevent that. So, we're going to install those. And I think that's it. So, yeah, that's sort of where we're at. I've got a servo mounted on there. That's my draw servo, which is a JX 20 kilo servo. It's a little bit noisy. So, I'm going to smash one of these in. Okay, got a racing 20 kilo ready to go. So that's pretty much, you're caught up, okay? No one's missed anything. No one's missed anything. So I'm just sort of casually going to keep working away. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. I find that, and this happens all the time, that when I'm on the live feed and I'm working on my truck, I tend to pay attention a lot to what chat's saying, and it's easy to look at something and go, where am I at? What am I doing? And you slow yourself down. Okay? So, because this is a bit of an integral part of the truck, I'm just going to try and make sure I pay enough attention to this so I can, one, get it done, because we don't want to sit here all day watching me do nothing. And two, so that I do it properly. Right, so what I've done so far is I have, I'll hold this like this. These are the CVDs we're putting in it, okay? These come with the C version, etc. of the truck. They're pretty cheap. I think they were $25 for the CVDs. So we're putting those in it. That will allow more lock without binding and any issues like that. Right. So I was at the point now where I'm going to put some grease in along the shafts and the bearings. Brandon, if it's going to go wrong, it'll go wrong on the live feed. You said that before and something went wrong. So I'm going to just blame Brandon, okay? So if anyone's got any issues, Brandon's fault. Right, grab this out of here. I really need a better method of doing this. Just going to put some grease along the shafts and around the bearing and such here. This will prevent so much water and such getting down into everything. For me, I like to do those big plough through water trips. Slide that on there. Lovely. Put a bit of grease around there. Lovely. Have not thought this out well. It's fine. It's fine. We will manage. Rotate, sit that where it's going to sit. Grab this one out. Lovely. Word of the day. Lovely. I never used to say it that much, and then Robert mentioned that, oh, you say lovely a lot, and now it's all I say. Robert, go on. Bump stops are all good, but if you don't set the endpoints, then you're going to add stress on your servos. Yes, that is very true. Essentially, Rob, they're for people that just they either don't have radio gear at the time that can do that, or that really don't know how. I mean, obviously, I've made videos on how to do it, and I try and post it wherever I can to help people. You do get some people, though, that don't appreciate the help. I know what I'm doing. It's like, okay, Chief. Can't please all the people all the time. But I mean, it's also a good way of letting people know this is where you want it to stop. So when you do set your endpoints, you just go until it just touches the bump stop. That's where your endpoint stops. So, Jeff's joined us. Hello, Jeff. Howdy, sir. Howdy, Jeff. I've got another rag here somewhere. Here it is. My wipe grease off my fingers rag. You've got to have one of these. They will last in your garage for about 10 years before you get a new one. I'm going to wipe the grease off my applicator too. Right, so. Think, boy, think. So now I'm going to put the front of my diff case on the correct way. Because live feed. Right, now I believe this is the point where we can install our bump stops. I believe. CVDs, but they don't make universal for these, Brennan. It's either dog bones or CVDs, so take a pick. I will say the CVDs in the FR4C look to me to be beefier, and they look to be redesigned from what these ones are. Now, obviously, these are ones Rob's had sitting in his shop, so I don't expect him to have all the latest redesigns and such ready to go every time I want something. But they look to be beefed up in the FR4C one. So if you do need replacement ones or you're upgrading, see if you can get hold of the FR4C style ones. Right, bump stops. Bolt here, bolt here. If you've got any questions, ask away. I'm sort of just going to start working away. While we do this. Yoink. Right, that's going to go there. This bolt's going to go through here. They're all the same length, I believe. Ooh, they might not be. Right, two. No, so now I've got to remember which one goes on the top, which one goes on the bottom. This is where your book comes in handy, kids, alright? I forget. I build a lot of trucks. So, always have your book on hand to remind yourself. I believe the longer bolt goes on the top because that's where the shocker goes. Yep. Lawrence is back. Thanks for joining, Lawrence. Sorry for the stuffing around, mate. Longer bolt at the top. Lovely. Lovely. So now I've got to make sure, yeah, I didn't put the longer bolt at the top. Rigo's joined us. Thanks for joining, mate. Brendan, I really enjoyed that you the Cross RC man. In my mind, you're the most knowledgeable person. Well, my wallet, to its dismay, I don't know if my wallet appreciates my knowledge of cross trucks, but I mean, obviously they're a truck that I'm passionate about. So I try and do my best to help as many people as I can because I mean it just makes sense, doesn't it? If I could just hold this bracket here correctly. So yeah, I enjoy helping people. I mean, my phone goes off all day and night. I never turn anyone away. If I'm awake, I reply. So this is a part of what the hobby is, you know. You got to help people out, I reckon. Now, one question I've got for myself is, where are the shocks? I think they're on the truck still. Right, so I'm going to do these bolts up, and then I'm going to put my 2 little bolts in. The 2 little bolts just go in the middle of the case. I will show you what I'm talking about in a moment. You're just going to have to bear with me. These bolts are rather long. Very long bolts. Very long. And it's home. Bolt number 2. So yes, I was going to say that is crazy long, but the time you put your shocker on it and the time you put your nut on behind that, that's pretty spot on, I reckon. Now this is the stage where Tony would have his drill out. I don't think my wife likes my knowledge of RC. I don't need a wallet because my money just goes straight to RC. I know that feeling, mate. So while I'm doing up the boring parts of doing up bolts, Tony's joined us. Hello, Tony. Mr. Bling Bling Wheels himself. Yeah. So next week, unless it turns up today, next week we're going to have a live unboxing of a truck because we love those here. That bolt is, I think, longer than the original factory ones, which is fine. Doesn't matter. As long as it goes through, does its job, that's all that matters. I do have to double check, make sure I've got this diff up the correct way. Looking at that demon, it should be. Let me just double check, kids. That goes to that side. That should be correcto. And if it's not, swear words. Okay? No, these ones are plastic, Brennan. If you go for the C version, the C version has the fancy CNC metal diff casings. So, I mean, that's an option too. If you want to upgrade your truck, I mean, we all like to upgrade stuff. So you've got the option. If you want to upgrade it, well, you can go to the upgrade option and put some nice fancy metal ones under it. They are really nice diffs. For this truck, because, I mean, obviously I got it cheap, I'm going to keep it cheap. It's a cross truck that I can drive and roll and not be upset about if I roll it. Does that? I mean, that's got to make sense to some guys out there. We spend all this money on our trucks. I was going to say toys then, but expensive toys. We spend all this money on our stuff, and we like to have nice stuff, obviously, because that's why we spend the money on it. So, I think I like the idea of having a cross truck that if I roll it and not get upset about, I'm fine with. That's sort of why I got this one. Because I can roll it, and I don't go, wham. I just go, well, that's cool. It's not a hard body. It's a Lexan body. If it gets scratched, yeah, who cares? I'll just buy another one. So, yeah. And the cool thing is, I've always got the option of changing the body. If I ever want to change it to a hard body, I can. Because it's the Demon chassis, and that means I can literally put any of the Demon bodies on it and barely have to change anything to do it. So, that's a bonus too. Brian Walker's joined us. Thanks for joining, Brian. Much appreciated. So, do me a favour. Give the live feed a share. I want a crap ton of views on this one. The next one, like I say, is going to be a live unboxing. I want a crap ton of views on that one too. We've got some exciting stuff coming up. I've been having some chats with a few people and trying to organise some cool stuff to show you guys. Including, coming up soon, there's going to be a giveaway of a truck. True story. Now, I've been telling you guys, this is one of my goals. I want to give away a truck. Well, dang nammit, I've organised it. Now, I will say, it's not a 10 scale truck, but it's a truck. So, that's something. Rob's joined us. Thanks for joining, Rob. I like to build cheap builds that I don't mind beating on, but all my builds are the hard bodies, so they don't handle rolls great. I've rolled that thing. I mean, not rolled, but like I've put it over, and I went, it's like, I need a Lexan buddy truck. I just need one. Right, so that's got those in there, and 2 little bolts now. So here's where we're at, okay? We've got our CVDs in. We've got our dealie. You know what I mean? We've got our dealie all set there. Now, it'll sound a bit noisy now because, one, there's no grease in there. And two, I haven't got the cover on, which holds this gear into place. But that's fine. Right, so now I need 2 bolts, and I believe they're these ones. Yes. I did try and put stuff in my little tray here so that I remember where they go and what they were for. That's a top tip for free. Put stuff away so you know what it is and where it's for and such. And I believe that goes through that way. Lovely. Once I've got this done, then I can stuff with the thing. I can grease it, put the cover on it, put the servo and such on it, and then we'll win it. We are winning. It's a tiny little nut there, which I believe is that size. Right, wind that back. And grab my little pliers. Remember my little pliers? Okay, Mr. Jonas, thanks for joining, mate. If I butcher anyone's name, I apologise in advance. I do. I don't mean to butcher people's names, but sometimes I'm sure it happens. I've never had anyone complain, but I'm sure someone's probably sat there and gone, oh, who's this clown? Can't even say my name properly. Ben, as much as I love my 3D printed bodies, I share the same feeling about rollovers. Yeah. So it's just nice to have a truck that I won't say you don't care about, but you're not as scared to throw at some stuff. And that's sort of what this truck is. And at the same time too, I want to see how nice I can make a cheap truck look. I want to see how nice I can make a cheap truck look. That makes sense, doesn't it? For some reason it just didn't sound right. So that's sort of a goal with this truck too. These trucks, the kits, the SR4A is only $269, so it's a cheap kit. If you want to get into building RCs and you want a cheap kit, get an SR4A. Brennan, how amazing are the new racing motors? Am I right? Told you fellas, so I ordered 4 more. They hopefully will be here next week. Whoops. Hashtag sorry not sorry. I love them. I reckon they're brilliant. Right, so bump stops. Okay, we've got the bump stops installed there. We've got our gear in. We've got our CVDs in. I'm actually making progress. It's nice when you make progress. Stuff goes to plan and all that sort of jazz. Right. So I'm going to wallop some grease in here. I am. Give that a bit of a rotate and pull the grease in. Spin in both directions so that if you put some grease on your gear, right, put some grease here and you rotate it one way and it pulls the grease in, that's fine. If you want to rotate it back around the other way as well, Robert got 3 more in my RC mark card. Good. Brandon got 2 on the way. Good. They're good stuff. I love them. Anyway, sidetracked. You want to rotate your gear both ways. That way you can actually see where and how the grease is pulled around the diff. So that once you've rotated it a few times either direction, you can go, okay, I can see where it's going, I can see what it's doing, so forth and so on. Grab a bit more grease. And then put in the spots that it's not being pushed into. I do like to try and squish some down in and around the bearings and such. Maximum lubrication. Right, give that another bit of a rotate. That's good. I can see it's working into the bearings, like either side of the bearings and such, which will help keep water and whatnot out. Lovely. 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 That's already quietened that gear up quite a bit. Now, as I said, I'm not going to use all this. Like I said before, once I put the cover on, that will hold the gear right in place where it needs to be. So it should be sweet. Right, quickly get this where it needs to be. Lovely. Brilliant. Right. Dennis joined us. Hello, Dennis. Brennan says RC Mark for the win. Darn tootin'. Karen only recently stumbled across this group after seeing an amazing six-wheeler for sale in the marketplace. Don't suppose that's a big green monster truck, is it? Man, I thought I spent time on my RCs. We've got enough on you guys. The level of detail and work you guys put into these crawlers and scale cars is unbelievable. It's amazing to see what can be achieved. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. We've got some pretty damn clever people in this group. Some pretty damn clever people. Where are you from, Kieran? You're from Adelaide, are you? Sean's joined us. Thanks for joining, Sean. Because if you're from Adelaide and you seen a big 6x6 for sale, it was probably mine. It probably was. Right. Now, what am I doing? Why about that? There we go. Lovely. Now, I'm putting the original diff case, the new diff case on, which I will take to with my chrome pen. And when I take to it with the chrome pen, and I'll do it properly, it'll come up like this. I'll put that one on the back for those wondering. So I still ain't going to colour one in. Dennis. So, Johnny Bit. When I ended up buying C model Demon, which truck didn't someone ask? You did ask this, didn't I answer it, or you didn't? Okay, anyway, I'll answer it anyway. Right, so as I said earlier, you want to buy your C model if you can. Buy the C model always, because you get all the fancy bits and you basically get an upgraded truck out of the box. It might seem like a lot of money, but you're saving yourself money in the long run because you've already got the upgrade parts on your truck before you start. Once I fix this, I'll pick up that truck again and I'll show you what I mean. Right, I say quickly, these bolts are rather long. I'm going to drop this diff case, and then we're at the point where we can bolt the servo on, or the truss. I've got to change that servo real quick like. Right, do that up. We don't want to over tighten these because they're in plastic, remember lads? While you're not sitting down. Sit, lovely. Brilliant. So truckie, pickup or SUV? There's a few different things to look at, Dennis, and I guess it comes down to, one, what style of truck you want to go for. The truckie, to me, the SG4C Demon, it's a comp style truck. So this is a truck that you'd see at a weekend event. That this thing was beefed up, massive horsepower V8, all that sort of thing, and it's business. You know what I mean? That's the story behind that truck for me. It's about going out and smashing rocks. The SU4C it's a scale beauty. It's sort of it's Cross RC's take on obviously the Demon front is a bit of a 70s/early 80s style. So you've got a 70s, 80s take on a luxury SUV. That's why I sort of went with wood grain sort of effects and tan interior and stuff with mine, because that's what you'd see. I went with the purple because I like the purple. I won't lie, I got the purple because I liked it. Right. Sweet as. Right, so our diff is back together. Okay? We're winning. Now, before I do the next bit, I'm just going to sit that there, because that's what's going on next, I believe. The stiffener kit's going to go on fast. That can sit to the side. I don't need my grease anymore. I'm working through everything in my head so I don't forget where I'm at or do something incorrectly, because that's when the swear words start. Right, so, which truck do you buy? So this is your SG4C Demon. I'll just drop the hood. Alright, this is the SG4C Demon. This is the original model. And you can tell the original model because it's got a 10 bolt diff, right? 10 bolt diff cover. The new model, which I'll show you on the SU4C, is a 4 bolt. There was upgrades done, etc., and so on with these trucks, and this is something I love about Cross. They release something. If after a while people go, oh, I'm having an issue with this, I'll go, right, we need to fix it. On the next release, comes out better. So this is your SG4C Demon with the optional light bar. That's like $10, $15, something like that. Plugs into the factory light kit. All Cross trucks that I'm aware of come with a light kit, which is Mickey Mouse. I don't think I've seen one yet that doesn't. The RTR even comes with a light kit. Bing. Now, if you want to put something like this on your roof, you run your wires down through and it plugs into one of the circuit board light dealies that you bolt to your grill. So you don't have to worry about, oh, where am I going to run this light from? It runs off the back of the factory light kit, and these light kits use like no power. I run in this truck one of these, right? This is a 2000 milliamp 2S battery, and I can run this truck for, I think, just under 2 hours. These batteries cost me, I think, about $20. So I've got like 3 different tiny packs. That's pretty damn good run time for a truck with a 20 kilo servo, full light kit going the whole time. Now, I've gone and installed, and obviously this is optional extras, I've gone and installed an S1 sound kit in here. I cut the top out of the box. This box all comes with the truck. The wheels are different that you get with the truck. They are still really nice wheels, but I've installed the sound kit. Obviously, that's going to drop my runtime a bit. Do I care? No. I really don't, because I've got a big thumpy V8. So, this is your SG4C. It's a full-blown compy style truck, full interior, light up dashboard, the whole deal. So you've got that. Then, depending on what you like for your flavour of your truck, then you got the SU4C. This is your 70s, early 80s SUV luxury sort of deal. On the motor cover, I haven't gone so in your face, oh, look at me, I'm a big V8. I've gone something that's sort of more subtle, just to try and give it the look of, this is a classy truck. So, you know, that's how you design stuff. I keep saying to people, have a story behind your truck. We've got a couple in here that like to go camping, obviously. Look at what they've got on the roof. When you decorate your truck, stuff like this, it's got to be with the story of the truck. You don't want to say, for example, right, that truck up there belongs to a serial killer. Okay, it's called the Black Russian. It hunts down trucks on the trails. I'm yet to do my video of it pushing another truck off a cliff, but it will happen. Anyway, I can't go loading that up with happy camping gear because it just wouldn't look right. I can't go, oh, I'll put a bright green kayak on my murderer's truck. It's just not right, okay? I'm going to put a chainsaw. I'm going to put a blood splat in the window. Don't start, Robert. Like on that window, when I detailed that interior, there's blood stains in the interior. There's a handprint on the window in blood, all that sort of stuff. You need to have a story, stick to the story when you build and design your truck. Otherwise, it's confusing. And you don't want a confusing truck. Right, now I said earlier about the 4-bolt diff. You can see this one, 4 bolts to hold the diff cover on. That's a Gen 2 diff, right? So you know already, if you buy a truck and it's got the 4-bolt, you've got the upgraded version. So it's like the second release. Any issues have been sorted out. Ping, you've got it. Now, I don't believe you can still buy the 10-bolt ones. I don't think anyone's still got it in stock, but if you do get a 10-bolt one, I mean, mine still runs fine. I've not broken anything. But anyway, so you get more for your money with this, in the sense of it's a bigger hard body. You've got more interior. You've got a door on the back that you can take off to access your battery in the back there. Again, full light kit. This comes with it. The roof cage comes with it. It's a toss-up, man. This is $550 US. The SG4C, $550 US. Then there's the SP4C, which I don't have. There's the SP4C, which is the truck version, which again, epic. It's a toss-up, man. It is a real toss-up. Obviously, my next demon is going to be the SP4C because it's about the only one I haven't got. But if it were my money and I didn't have a demon yet and there was these models out, I would pick between the SU4C and the SP4C. So I don't know if that helps. Taylor's joined us. Thanks for joining, Taylor. Right, now I'm going to put these buckles on. I hope that explanation wasn't too long and drawn out, everyone. Those and those, and I think it's just those 4 bolts there. Where's the 4th one? That one. Right. Now I've got a double, triple, ultra mega check. Does that bearing, or does that just sit in there itself? Because where's it should bearing? I think I did this so that I can just do this, do this. Lovely. Get that bearing out of there. You coming out? Where? I've got to scroll my thingy up. Let's see what you've done with your little road car. Not much. I've ordered magnet mounts, so stealth mount kit for it. I can't get this bearing out. I will cut you. I need something I can stab down in there just to get that moving a fraction. I do recall this one being tight to push in. Look at that in a moment. So I've ordered magnet mounts for the body, and that was because Robert Gollan reminded me. No, not that one. That one needs... This one needs... No, yes, this one needs from this one. So yes, I've ordered magnet mounts so that I can mount the body discreetly. That's one of the important things with that car. Hopefully that all sort of goes to plan. Really hope it does. Right. Squeeze you in there. Nice snug fit. Robert, you haven't started? Robert bloody Gollan. Or bloody Robert Gollan. Whichever way you'd like it. Mate, come on. Now, for those that don't know, and you all have my permission to take the piss out of Robert, Robert won a competition we had where you could win. Move some stuff here. You could win one of these awesome little chassis, right? So Robert won. Now it was a kit from RC Express. If you want a M chassis size car, 2 10mm wheelbase, you got to check these out. I used to run Tamiya MO5s because they're one of the most fun RC cars you can get, and they still are. And I've got this thing. And I'm just waiting on the magnet mount so I can hook all that up and make it all pretty dark. He hasn't started it. What are you doing, man? For those that haven't seen it, here's the body. You guys chose for it. Let me just see if I can balancing act this on here somehow. So yes, that's the little beast. Okay. So I'm undecided what I'm going to do next with it. I mean, I need to do something else. Whether it's even an RC Express decal along either side, I have to do something. But I'm undecided. So this is the little car that's just waiting on the magnet mounts. Needless to say, it's a lot further ahead than Robert's. I've got my magnet mounts. Then build it, Robert. Build it. Right. Sit that there. Now, I've got to get these bearings out. Preferably without swearing. Like I said, this is the old hub, so I sort of don't mind if I hack these up. Did you move? I think you moved. Did it move? I did a bit. This is the only issue with having a bearing that fits really snug. Sometimes they don't want to come back out. But with the right amount of persistence and leverage, working it from either side, we will win. Now I know that's probably doing a number on your ear holes. I'm winning. There's not much I can do about that. Phone magnets intensify the volume of the actual noise, and it sounds worse than it is. Come out! Dennis, it's very helpful actually. More than you think. My PG4L impressed the crap out of me. And I too caught the cross bug. The only reason I plan on getting another actual kit is to build another dually. Why wouldn't you just get another PG4 and then change the body or whatever around that? Brennan, I'm still working on my styrene roll cage for my Skyline 2000. I only started that 2 years ago. All of a sudden, I don't feel so bad. Come out, bearing! Damn near there. So if anyone ever tells you that cross bearings don't fit properly or snug, tell them they're full of McShite. Right. Did that one fit? No! Don't do it like that. End up in trouble. Using an RC full drive dually rims. I believe you can use those on the PG4L. I'm not huge on the RC full drive dually wheels. They're just, most of them are ugly. They're too spokey for a dually. If that makes sense. I assume that makes sense. Right, squeeze this bearing in. Ugh. Are we home? We're not quite home. That is a nice tight fit. Right, I'm caught up with all the... There we go. Caught up with all the comments. The chatto. Alright, I'm just want to make sure that's seated as low as it can be. One to go. Why do we do it? Robert, I've got a couple of builds that I started way back when. If it's anything like your RC Express car, we're not expecting pictures anytime soon, Robert. Whoa! I know what it's like though. Do you guys remember quite a while ago I started building a CCO1? It's still sitting over there. I forgot all about it. I was moving some stuff around in the shed the other day and I went, "Ooh." It's like I found a Lexan body and I'm like, what the hell is this body for? It's brand new. It's like, oh my god, it's for that CCO1 I never finished. So that's on my list. Now, if I remember correctly, I bought all year racing stuff for the truck. I installed all the front stuff, which is excellent. I was installing the rear stuff, but the air racing kit that I bought is only for the short wheelbase version. So I'm just going to get the kit finished, I'm just going to smash the factory stuff under the back. Dennis, the only ones I like are the OEM rims. Have the right number of lugs, look like factory Ford dually rims. Now I know the PG4L does look a bit Fordish. Okay. I love the grill on those trucks. They remind me of a 70s Fairlane from Australia. Oh, they look awesome. I love them. Right, so I'm going to remove this other bearing. I'm going to cheat with this one. I don't need this knuckle. Oh, then again, this one wasn't broken, so it can be a spare. Screw it. I'm going to cut out the plastic lip. It just holds it. Cheating. I mean, $10 for a full diff case with knuckles? Screw it, I'll pay $10. So I'm just going to cheat. Cut that lip out. And the only reason I'm cutting this lip out is so that I can get some purchase on the bearing to push it. That's why I'm having such an issue trying to get it out. I can't get purchase on it. Cut some out the other side. Be careful when you do this, kitty, so that you don't wreck your fingers. Brennan, I like the Hercules Hobby and King Kong dually wheels better than the RCF all drive wheels. Aren't they 1.7s? I can't remember. I use some for my rat rod build. Or do you mean like the Tamiya semi-truck wheels, Brennan? That worked heaps better. Why didn't I do that on this one? The other one, because that was stuffed anyway. Anyway, so that's now trash. So that one is my good ones. Those ones are my not using ones. My still uncomplicated rat rod build that I love. Love started stuff and then taking years to finish. Yeah. Well, that's like, mate. At some stage, I'm going to rebuild the tray on the SCX-10 8x8. I've been telling myself that for the last year. It's all a part of the fun, as they say. It's all a part of the fun. Right. You sit there, so I can use you to push the bearing in. God, that's a snug fit. So if anyone ever tells you these bearings don't fit, you can tell them they're full of McShite. Okay. Right, so that should have now my bearing pushed hard up in there. Lovely. Right, now I can actually make some progress, people. Sorry about the delay. Because live feed, okay? Don't need those now. Now I'm going to put my bushings in here. Top tip. I'll give you this tip for free, right? Now, we've all dealt with these. And if you haven't, when you do, you're going to swear. You see these little bushings that go in your steering? They can be a right pain in the butt. Top tip, right? Grab a driver, dip it in some grease. Now, in the little holes that those bushings go in, put a little bit of grease. Okay? There we go. A little bit of grease. A little bit of grease. Right? Now when you take your bushing and slide it in there, it goes from the inside through, just so you know. Yoink. Because I've got grease in there, it will cause a suction effect, right? And they won't fall out, which makes it a whole lot easier to put your bloody knuckle on. The correct way, please. Wrong one. I cry. Right. If I'm correct, I should be able to slide this straight through here. I'll redo that bearing in a sec. Put these bolts through here. Grab a number 2. Is that going to start straight up? Or have I got to wiggle it a bit? Right, that one started. Lovely. Yes, they're 1.7 semi wheels, but RC4 does have some Dove has nice 1.0 tyres for scale build. Extra speed do 1.7 truck tyres, Brennan, and they're cheap. They're good. I run them on my semi truck. They're good and they're cheap. They also do some really nice truck wheels, but again, they're probably a bit too spokey for what you're doing anyway. Right, line that one up. Start this one. Winning. Starting? Starting. Lovely. Right, so I'm actually winning. I know it's taken me a lot longer than what, obviously, when you guys sit at the desk and do it, when you haven't got distractions, you just smash through this stuff. But when you're doing this stuff, you're going to put a little bit of grease just in there. Just to stop water getting right through to the back of the bearing. When you sit here and do this stuff by yourself and you haven't got distractions, it goes heaps quicker. Same happens for me. Yeah. Get in there. Lovely. All right. Mike's back. Dennis, I have a real hankering for that M35 based 6x6 chassis cross that's out there. What's the M35? Is that the HC6 one? Is that the American style 6er by 6er? And I'm not taking the piss too. If I do an accent, it's because I do them all the time. literally just for the fun of it. So don't get upset. We don't get upset here. Right, put these ones in. And then I'm to the point where I need to change that servo, I think. Progress. I will test drive this truck today. Yeah. Not out wheeling, because the weather's been crappy lately. But I will be able to test it. That way to that way. Slide this in here. Lovely. It's so nice when things just work. If you'd like to start bolt, that would be marvellous. Good. So yeah, we're winning. Once I do this bolt up, I can show you what the bump stops are all about. Yeah, based on the American 5-ton truck, yeah. That's on my list too, Dennis. That is on my list too. Brennan, I've really enjoyed all my extra speed purchases. This is why I tell people to buy extra speed stuff, because it's pretty damn good. I did buy a complete set of AX10 axles. They broke the front shaft, but replaced it with a locked up RC 5mm shaft. They're still going strong. See more. After 3 years. Well, why can't Facebook just go, look, there's only one more little bit. Let's just stretch that comment out a bit. Right, I'm going to wipe the excess grease off. And I'm going to show you what the bump stops are all about. So, we've built the diff, okay? For the most part, anyway. Now, it is built correctly, yes. Now, the bump stops. Stop your steering from going too far, okay? A lot of people will go like hard, and it's like if you go that hard on your steering, you're gonna break stuff. Bump stops. Now, obviously, there's one on the other side, so it's all done good and proper. What do you think of the plastic housings? Well, I mean, it's plastic and it's cheap, but technically that's all it needs to be, isn't it? It's going to be scratched across rocks. I know I love my metal housings, but they're not that bad. Everything fits snug. I mean, we've seen that when I put the bearings on. But, I mean, it is what it is, Mike. It costs $10 to buy a full housing with the knuckles. $10. Cheap. Which is good. I mean, this is one of the best things with the Cross. Yep, you can go down the road of the CNC axles and spend, I can't remember what they cost. More than these, obviously. You can spend that money. Or you can go, I want a tight budget here. It's cheap. They've got options for both sides of the fence, which I really like. Right, now, just quickly, we're going to install the servo onto the truss, and then we're going to install the truss onto the diff, and then we're going to put the steering arms on that, and then we're going to put the diff in the truck, and then we should be able to fire it up. Plastic slides over rocks better than aluminum anyway. Yeah, it does. Very true. Very true. I mean, I guess, like when you look at the truck like the SU4C, actually don't look at that one because I've scratched the shit out of that. I'm really not happy about it. There are some deep ass scratches on that truck. If you watch my very first SU4C video, you can spot the parts where it's like, oh, that's where he put that big scratch on it. That's where he put the next scratch on it. You can see where I did it. I love that truck. I love the purple. I don't love the beeping scratches I put all over it though. Right. Servo. Going to undo, wipe the grease off this. Mike says, nice. Brent says plastic slides over better than aluminum. Yep. But it's not as strong. It's not as strong, but it is flexible. And sometimes that's what you need. If you, I don't even know I'm picking it up. If you throw your truck off a jump, the flexibility is pretty handy sometimes. I'm not repainting that truck. I remember Tony, the Wheels Man Gutierrez, said to me quite some time ago, he said, I've got a lot of respect for you. And I said, what are you talking about, Tony? He said, well, you spend all this time building these trucks and then you actually go out and drive them. You scratch them. You use them. So yeah, I've said since the very beginning I don't build shelf queens. So unfortunately for myself, no matter how pretty I make a truck, I'm going to go out there and drive it. Why do I do it? Dennis, wonder why nobody else puts steering stops on their axles. When I saw those on my PG4L, I thought it was a brilliant idea. Mike, I like budget. So do I. I mean, yeah, I know I've got some trucks here that are not very budget-minded. But it's nice. I mean, I'm one of the most budget-minded people you'll ever come across. True story. I mean, I've been down the road of no money, love of a hobby. That's where, now it's looking a bit sad at the moment because I pinched some pieces off it. This is my first crawler. I've still got it. I'll never sell it. I love that thing, even in its current state. I forget what I pinched off it. But anyway, I had to pinch something off it. And it was the only truck that had it, so I pinched it. Budget. That's what happens when you do budget RC. You pinch stuff from one truck and put it on another one. So yeah, I can fully understand budget. I mean, that's what I say. That's one of the reasons why I like the cross stuff so much, because if you do break something, it's not expensive to fix. Right. We all do but. We all do but what? Right, squishy that in there. Put that in there. Yoink. Top tip, for those of you building a Demon, if you're having any issues with your servo being close to the links, in your kit you will find little grey spaces for spacing your servo forwards. Right, I don't know. Rob's cheap ass budget. I'll join your group. Fire it up. Let's go. Brennan, unfortunately, I guess I have a shelf queen. So, guys, if you were looking for someone to take the piss out of, we've just found him. I drive it, but as a scaled Jeep. I was at the green one. If I wouldn't do it in a 1-to-1, I wouldn't do it in my Jeep. See, and this is what you got to think of. Like, when I took the SU4C out and I scratched it, harsh memories, and I scratched it, it was like, you soon learn that you can't just plough these full hard body trucks like you do a Lexan body truck. I mean, my Camel truck is the world's best example. If I don't drive my Camel truck for a while, then I take it out, I think to myself, God, this truck's really shit. It doesn't perform at all. But I mean, it can't. It's really, really heavy. It's all top heavy. It's not designed to perform. It's designed to do what it can do and look the best it possibly can while it does it. And it looks pretty damn good. Right, so that's that servo. Now I've got to remember, I think there was 4 bolts and they're all the same length. And I think, no, wait. It's not those ones. I think it's these ones. I've got the book here. Are they the same length? No, they're slightly longer. That's the same length. I'll look in my book. Oh, there's every chance too that some of the bolts for this truck are in this tray, so don't panic. I've got extras. Have some not so budget rigs, but no, I could spend that much money on all of them. What do you mean? Oh, 3,000? Yeah, hell no. It's just one of those things where you have your babies. Come on, brain. You have your babies, and then you have your long. Are they the same? A. Okay, A. They're different. So they are shorts and longs. So that's a long. The long goes in the back. Of course it does, you dope, because it holds the link. Anyway, What hex drivers do I use? Great advertising. Cross RC ones. I got a full kit when I bought that, and I already had a kit before that, and then I bought Christian a kit because they're cheap. They're like $7 a bloody driver. They're cheap, and I mean I've done a lot of bolts up with mine, and they're still going pretty strong. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Right, that's got to go that way. That goes in there. The shorty should go through here, and I believe it bolts straight into this way. Paying attention at its finest here, people. Just get that one started. Yeah, so I use cross tools for the most part. I've got year racing tools here too. I use those as well, and they've been brilliant. The year racing tools, these are I preferred earlier. They're mostly my backpack for when I'm out on the trail. They are lighter than the cross tools, so they're good for backpacks. David's joined us. Thanks for joining, David. Much appreciated. Dennis, I kind of have a shelf coin as well. Oh, here we go. My black 79 Ford Dually is basically my biggest build and work in progress. The body is really hard to replace as it was the only one made. And will cost 500 plus. Read more. American to replace. So I don't want to be on that one. Makes total sense. Dave says, "Hey guy, how you doing?" I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing real good. Right. Do that bolt up in there. Get this one started. We're winning. We are winning. And I haven't even had a swig of my coffee. Are the tips replaceable? Yes. Yes, they are. They are replaceable. And they're, again, cheap to replace. I want to say about $4. I haven't had to replace any yet. I mean, I don't have to. I've got another full set sitting in the drawer. Actually, I've got another set sitting somewhere. I really need to clean out my RC room. Finish setting it up. Once I've built my new scale garage and moved everything around, I'm yet to have finished everything around it, if that makes sense. Rob says, "Good morning, Johnny." Good afternoon, Rob. It's 1 o'clock here. God, how long have we been live for? See what I mean? I don't feel like I've achieved much. I believe I've used 2 different bolt sizes there. Fine, I'll change that later. Doesn't matter for where that is. Right, so there's a long and a long. They're for my linked ones. Steering links. Winning. Winning. So that's where we're at so far. Okay? And where we started was this. And this. Okay? Winning. Brennan, I have a set of Vanquished. I know they're overpriced, but I got them on a discount when I made a big order. I mean, if you can get stuff cheap enough, get it. And it's just, I know a lot of people get upset and go, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about," but I personally wouldn't buy Vanquish stuff because it is just too overpriced. There's got to be a certain point where the extra money you spend doesn't do anything. The extra money you spend doesn't mean that you're going to have more fun than I'm going to have with my truck. Does that make sense? I don't want to sound like a whiny little beep. But, alright, that's going to go that way. Yeah, there's only so much fun you can have for your money. And there's only, you spend your money, that's all well and good, but for the extra money, where do you get, how far do you go before it's just extra money? Mike, so that isn't SR4A. I believe it is, Mike. I want to know how the A version, does both of my cross C versions, right. Commas, people. Use your commas. I'm only stirring. I too want to know how it does. I mean, I don't expect there to be. Oh, well, hang on. There's going to be a better performance with this truck because it's a Lexington body truck. That's just fact. I don't know, Mike. I expect it to do pretty well. I mean, I've not installed the plastic bead blocks that Steve, $350 US, mate. $350. Now, if you don't like, just quickly what's in my head, if you don't like the idea of the body that comes with it and having bloody stuff and things, if you don't like the idea of having black windows, I've had a chat with Rob, good old mate Rob, had a chat with Rob and pretty well organised it so that if you buy your truck from Rob and you want a clear body, you might pay like an extra 10, I don't know, I'm guessing, so it could be a bit different, but you might pay a little bit extra and then you can have a clear body instead of the painted one. If that makes sense. Right, just yoink, that way. That goes that way, that goes through there, that goes in there. And then this will go in here, and then we've got our steering arms installed onto there. I'm not going to put the servo horn on yet because we need to do that with all the trims and such set up. Lovely, get this started. Wicked. Mike says dot. Oh, okay. Mike's the okay. Lol. Well played, Mike. Well played. All right, let me just see if make sure I can buy an RTR and have just as much fun. Exactly right. You can. So that's why I'm so funny about why bother spending all that extra money. Demon has a single speed transmission. My brother Dave's joined us. Everyone say hello to Dave. Hello, Dave. Down there in Van Diemen's Land, Tassie. Right. That differential is ready to go back in the truck. So far as I can tell. Ooh. Lovely. Does the Demon... Oh, right. The Demon comes with a planetary gearbox. Here's the housing. I bought an upgraded metal housing, which was only $8.50 Americans. The cheaper trucks come with plastic housings for the transfer case and the gearbox. The C versions come with this sort of stuff already. So your C version, and this is why you pay the extra money, because you're getting all the wanky bits that we like to have on our trucks. Wanky bits, for those that don't know, are the upgrade fancy stuff that down the track you buy and put on your truck anyway. So if you buy the C version, you get all that stuff, and when you build the truck, you go, isn't it pretty? And all that. Okay, so I think I'm ready for the truck. Pretty sure I am. Right, for those that haven't seen it, SR4A Demon, purchased second hand for $220 Australian, delivered to my door, which is beeping cheap. That's why I bought it. Right, so I'm just going to sit the diff in there and have a swig of my coffee. I've earned it. Yeah, $350 US for the RTR. Now, from what I can see, the ESC is waterproof. I forget what all the details are. I'm going to go ahead and guess that the receiver and such is too in the servo, because it just makes sense. I mean, if they don't, get yourself a year racing servo. Bam. Brennan, I like the extra money. I like spending the extra money to build something custom and different. I don't need to. Well, and this is the thing, right? What we need to remember is this is a hobby of needs and wants. What do you need? I don't need this. I don't need it. I want it. Okay? I don't need any of this, but I want it. So, and this is why people will happily spend extra money on stuff, because they want it. Right, I'm going to make sure those links are tight. So I didn't build this truck, so I'm not sure. I mean, the guy I bought it off didn't build it either. So Dave Foster's joined us. Hello, Dave. We've got some Daves in the house today. Dave's everywhere. Right. That one for there. That one for there. Come on, brain. Fingers. I'm thinking you should sell me. Can't sell it, mate. Can't sell it. That truck there, Hannah helped me buy that as an engagement present for when we got engaged. Yep, true story. I love that truck. I'll never ever sell it. I don't care if I'm broken living on the streets. People be like, "What's your nice truck you got there? Get away from my truck, jackass." I'll never sell it. Right. So, that through there, and I'm doing this upside down, so I want to make sure I don't beep it up. Hold that there. Grab this nut here. So yeah, sorry. The GC4 will never be for sale. I love it. I just love it. It's awesome. Such a fun truck. Right, do this one up. I'm currently doing up top links for those of you playing at home wondering what the hell I'm doing. Now, I can't go full tight because I'll get my dealie stuck. But I can with pliers. Right, next link. Joink that way. Hold that there. I don't suggest you stick nuts and bolts in your mouth, people, especially when your fingers have been covered in grease. All a part of the fun. Right, get that one started. Grab it with the pliers. Started, lovely. Right. You need to do that voice more often, jackass. Which one? I do a lot of voices. Brennan. Remember that truck I was working on that time? Don't get me wrong, how do you feel? Yeah, okay, I'm up with it. Rob, my ex-wife, got me a lawnmower as an engagement present. Is that why she's your ex-wife? Sorry, couldn't help myself. You left the door open, Rob. Oh, bloody hell. It's good fun, this hobby. You meet some pretty cool people. And for those of you that don't know, if you leave the door open, I'm going to walk through it, okay? Dennis, I like the fact that Cross is releasing an RTR. Me too. As it will allow more people to experience the quality of their kits. But on the other hand, kits are so fun, just because you can build it, see more, build it into the perfect example for yourself without having to tear it down first. Yeah, but at the same time too, this is a great way of learning about your truck. So, I mean, I know these trucks inside and out. It's just a matter of whether my brain likes to cooperate with me on the day. So that's not an issue. Right. And if I'm correct, which I really hope I am, these two bolts. Is it that one? Yes. Is that the same way? No. Which is fine. These two bolts should be the ones with the top links. Right. Yoink. Yoink. Do this up. Starting to look like a truck, fellas. Woo! Can't wait to bolt those wheels on. Where did I put the wheels? Crap. Oh, they're there. Hiko's joined us. It says Lawrence is watching. I don't know if you left and came back, mate. But it says you're watching, so thank you. Thank you. I'm here all week, try the meal. Right, that one there. Not that. That's already bolted on. This one. this one, that one to there, this one into here. So as you can probably see, these trucks are pretty easy to work on. Like, I haven't swore once, really. Crack me so much, I'm happy working out of town so I can join more often on the live feeds, but wish I was at home with the wife. Yeah, understandable, mate. I mean, the live feed started later this morning because I wanted to spend a bit of time with Hannah before she went to work. She's been doing bloody lots of night shifts and stuff lately, and over the weekend she's got overnight shifts. So you gotta make the time. You gotta give your partner the effort. That way they let you buy more RCs. Well, okay, so links are all done up. Now, if I'm correct though, I should be able to just do up the shockers. Right, do up my shock absorbers. And then put the drive shaft on, put the wheels on, and then there's always and thens. And then I've got to set the steering, which will take me all but a moment. Set the steering, that's on the correct way, yes. Now, if these links are off and she crabs, for those who don't know what crabbing is, when you drive your truck straight and it sort of goes like this, and then you adjust your trim so it drives straight and then it sort of does this. That's what crabbing is. That means your links aren't correct, okay? That means your diff isn't, beep, your diff isn't sitting straight. Where did I put my other little pliers? There. Good. Yoink. So, yeah. You don't want crabbing. Start. Thank you. Right. Do these up. Oh, I'm excited. This is awesome. I love this hobby. Do that up. And then I've got my hexes. I've got my hex pins. Yep. I've got my wheels. Wicked. Sorry if I'm missing any questions. Give me a moment and I'll scroll back through. I'm excited. Right. Check it out, boys and girls. Now, does that look right? Sort of looks right to me. Moves properly. She damn near looks like a rock crawler, boys and girls. Right, now I'm just going to grab the wheels. I'm going to make sure I put them on the correct way. Now, just to annoy some people out there, putting tyres on backwards doesn't make them better, okay? I'm sure I just tilted a lot of people. Putting your tyres on backwards, what we call an old wives' tale, alright? It's a mod that you do to your truck for the sake of having a mod done to your truck. It does not make them better. Tyres are designed to run a specific direction. They're built to run a specific direction. I was thinking, why is that turning? It's because the drive shaft's not connected. Relax. Right, wheel nut on. Drop the wheel nut. Put the wheel on the other side. This is a big moment, people. This is a big moment. Now, I've got some stuff coming that I'll possibly bolt to this truck. Don't over tighten your wheel nuts either. Please, don't over tighten your wheel nuts, especially if you're going to sell your truck to someone. Unless you really don't like them, then crank on them. Right, crack me up. We have such a large time difference. It's 8:38 PM here. Well, it's 10 past 1 in the afternoon here now, so it's not too bad. Right, Lawrence, dealing with this fibre installation is not going well. I'm kind of getting peed off. Steve says it's 11:38 PM there. Sorry. I try and do these feeds at good times for everyone. It's hard. Right. Dennis, my beautiful wife, doesn't get to see me much. I normally work 10 hours a day, 60 years. It's not fun. Work to live. Don't live to work. I mean, unfortunately, I'm in a situation where I bloody can't even go to work. There's not much I can do. Generally, before a live feed, I'll smash a couple of Nurofen just so I can sit in this chair long enough to do a live feed. And then when I get off the live feed, I'll go and lay down for about 5 hours because I can't move. So, yeah, not fun. But anyway, enough of my sob story. We're not here for me to cry about stuff. We're here for me to build stuff. And hopefully not do it incorrectly. Right, bolt this one here on. I need to get some scale hubby hubs. That's what I need. Right, bolt that on. Now, because I'm on such a roll, I'm going to whip straight in and put the drive shaft on. I'm also going to poke my servo wire through this gap so that I can plug the servo in. Lovely. Excess wire can go through there. I'm talking to myself. Yep. Brennan, and portals don't make your rig better. Well, that all depends actually, I think. It depends on, come on brain, it depends on how much your truck weighs. Because, I mean, portals give you more clearance, which is kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, I'm not going to say portals are the best and whatever else and it's the only way to go. Because, I mean, it's a hobby where we've got 100,000 options. Go whatever way you want to go. Right, that one there. Sorry, I'm just ensuring that my drive shafts are correctly in phase. If you'd like to see a video on that, visit my YouTube. Yoink, yoink, lovely, yoink. Harley Wilson, any idea what wheels and tyres they are on that? Yes, I put them on there. The wheels and tyres are extra speed. The wheels are extra speed Sunraysias, as we call them. Wagon wheels, as the Americans call them. Pop that on. No. Really? Swear words are about to happen, people. This is the problem buying trucks second-hand off the internet. 3 wheels are turning. Please tell me the hex pins come out of there. Please. I'll take this wheel off. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. This wheel's not moving. I don't know why there's not a hex pin in there, but I don't care. Whew. I've usually got hex pins everywhere. That's an old one. Can't use that because it's bent. There we go. This is why I keep trays of many things. Check the pin, yeah. It's always the first thing. Always check the hex pin. Whew, crisis averted. That would have been so shite. I probably would have dropped a bomb on the live feed if that didn't work. Like if that was a broken axle. I mean, I don't care if I buy a truck and it's got broken bits on it. But if I'm buying a truck off you, it's got broken bits on it, tell me what they are. So when I order parts to replace the broken bits, I can order the parts. Right, do yourselves a favour, swipe the comments out of the way. Oh, look at it! It's got legs. It's also got flex. Okay. That's awesome. Right, now I need to undo the body mounting system. Take the body off. Unplug the light. Unplug that light. So for those that don't know, see those little circuit boards? That's where you plug the extras in, like your light kits. Your light kits. Now most cross trucks have got somewhere that you can pre-mount that that 4 light system. It just goes on. That thing looks so fun to drive. Dude, I can't wait. This, if you buy one of those trucks and you don't like it, go and get your head checked. Because they are just epic. I love it. I mean, this is basically the same thing. So, the shocks have been changed on that one. like Cross did different springs and such with them, and they just, there's heaps of coils, okay, so you get lots of different movement. The less coils you've got, the less the spring does. The shocks on that truck, I think I'm going to buy like 3 sets and put one on this truck, one on the SU4C, 2 sets. No, 3 sets. One on this truck, one on that, the SU4C, and one on the SG4C. Just because of how nicely those shocks work. Right. Servo wire, that can come up through here, poke down through, you know. Now this is my Lex and Body truck, so I'm not going to be too captain anal about the wiring. All I've got to be able to do is turn it on, drive it. Yoink. Okay. Now, top tip. When you buy a Year Racing servo, okay, all the wires are black. And you go, which way does it plug in? There's one of the wires has a little white strip on the outside. That is your signal wire. Top tip, all free. I'll plug that in there. Just make sure. Yep, good, wicked. I have actually ordered some more 3-channel receivers, so I can put one in here, because this doesn't need a 6-channel receiver. Okay, that's there, that's there. Did I bind this? Don't know if I did. Model. Oh, unless it's... No, race is the little card. Okay, so I better make a new model. And I better call it... S... Bear with me. Right, I haven't missed any comments, good. S... R... 4A. Right, we've named it. Now, first things first, I mean, you go and make sure your trims are zeroed. If you've just created a new model on your radio, they're all zeroed. Another top tip, clean up your desk so it doesn't look anything like mine. When you're first setting up your truck, throw some jack stands under the differentials, so that should your truck want to take off at any stage, it can't. Yoink. Good, come on. Now, I do have to open up the rear diff on this and just apply some grease, but I'll do that later. That's fine. Need a jack stand. My God, that truck's got some flex. Yes, get yourself some of these. This scale jacks is handy. Right, crank that right up, crank that right up. Crank that right up. That's right up. Lovely. So, I should be able to grab a bind plug, which I believe I have prepared earlier. Right, plug that into there. I need a battery. This one's got charge. These trucks take full-size LiPo too, epic. They take a really big LiPo. And given how light this truck is, and because these trucks run a planetary style transmission, I've no doubt it will run forever on a big ass battery. Try not to drop your LiPos, kids. Drop that in there. Now I will be putting one of those Year Racing motors in this truck, because why not? I've got 4 coming, they've got to go in something. Right, strap that down, just because of the habit. Plug that into there. Now, I've got to remember how to do the bind process. Turn the radio off, turn the truck on, hold bind, turn the radio on, it says binding, release the button. Now, it should just bind, I think, unless I hit back. Right, so truck's bound. We have power. Lovely. We have steering. Now, what I need to do, that's centered already. I need to straighten my wheels as straight as I can get them by eye. Then put my servo horn on. Stop moving. I'm not doing myself any favours. Yeah. Lovely. And then put a bolt in that. And I need to reverse that channel. Because it's steering the wrong way. Ivy's joined us, Phil's joined us, Nick's joined us. Hello everyone. Thanks for joining. Very much appreciated. Right, bolt this on here. So happy. My cheap little truck's a runner. Right, reverse channel 1. Battery's going flat. Right, we're all bound up now, so turn that off. Take the bind plug out. Find some batteries for that bloody radio. Always something. I've got spare batteries in my bag. Lovely. Sorry, kids. They've been in there since I got this, I think. I haven't bought those batteries in quite some time, which is good. I just hope these ones are charged. They should be. That'd be pretty sharp. That would be pretty sharp. Slide on, mate. What are you doing? There we go. Right. Lovely. Okay, now we can turn that on. We can reverse channel 1. Lovely. Run over stuff on my desk. Oi, what up? You fixed it yet? You know it. Right, now we've got to run through and just make sure everything's set evenly. All the shocks are set the same, but I'm not getting the same. Now, all my shocks are set as loose as possible, but I'm not quite getting the same sit every time. It's slightly moving down one side, which means one of these shocks hasn't got as much oil as the rest of them. But I mean, that's something I can play with later. I'm pumped. It works. Now, if I plug in this little thing here, positive, I believe, positive in the middle. Right, that plugs in my bumper bar lights. Plug this into the channel. Any channel. Come on, brain. Lovely. Set this down in here. That and there. Ooh, my bumper lights don't work. Why? What's he done to them? What has he done? Where bumper lights aren't working. Which is fine. I can order some from Rob. That's the least of my worries. I say that like I've got other worries. I don't. The truck's fixed. Right, so that can just stay like that. Lovely. Plug that in there. Now for those that don't know, underneath there's two little locking tabs that hold the back of this cab down. Which I like. I like that. The PG4 uses the same sort of tabs to lock its cab down. Lock that down. I haven't got any body pins handy. I don't need them really. But there we go. Headlights ablaze. Hopefully. Well, my tail light's not ablaze. Why? Is that plugged in? I don't recall seeing the wire for it. I better check it. I'd hate for someone to run up the back of me because I haven't got a tail light plugged in. Apparently that one runs off that one. Interesting. Really, really interesting. That should, and usually does, just run. So there's obviously a fault somewhere in that wire. It may have been pinched, may have been bent, which is quite possible. So I may even pull those out and have a look-see. Easy enough to either make up my own. But anyway, that's not that important. For a second-hand truck, you can't expect everything to be perfect, especially for $220 on your doorstep. So, boys and girls, sorry, I know that's really loud through the live speakers, through the phone. So we have a Demon. Running pretty nice and quiet too. I will, possibly in the next live feed, my back's killing me. I'm going to go have some lunch too, so I'm not going to do the trans stuff now. I may even do a live feed later on this afternoon for the Aussies. What do you reckon? And if we do that, then I can install the other stuff that I didn't install. How long has this one been going for, if someone can tell me? Feels like a while, because my back's really starting to... But there she is. That truck looks pretty Mickey Mouse. If you want to know how much flex these things have got, that's stock flex. Okay, if you like flex and you want a truck with lots of flex, I'm going to have to wind those up. I'm going to redo the shocks later too, I reckon. Bloody lot has it. Sorry, guys. I mean, you guys have all been here watching, so don't blame me, Robert. So, if you like your flex, SR4A, good option for flex. There's plenty of it. I will take the shocks off and I'll re-oil them. I will do them. I will do them the same way that I do in my Demon shock video. Hour and a half. Oh, that's not. We've done longer than that. So later on, if the Aussies are keen and whoever's up, maybe in about, I don't know, what's the time? Maybe in about 6 hours, something like that. I may even just fire up a live feed and rip out the transmission and all that sort of stuff. Do the shocks, whatever else, just install the last bits I've got, and we'll be sweet. So, there you have it, boys and girls. I'm really, really quite pleased. I know the shocks need redoing, but that's fine, that's easy. Other than that, the truck was $220 on my doorstep. To fix what was wrong with it, I spent $10 US. No, sorry. I didn't. I spent $35 US. So for the CVDs and the diff case. Pretty beeping happy. That's a sweet looking truck, man. I like the blue. I like the dark blue. It's not a blue that I probably would have purchased myself, but I like it. Unplug your batteries, kids. I'll take that out while I'm at it. So yeah, one Cross SR4A Demon, which we've upgraded the wheels. The tyres are the Cross tyres. I'm not sure if I told anyone. Someone asked me earlier if I knew what the tyres were. Yes, I do. They're the Cross Black Rock tyres, which I actually really quite like. Right, I need some body pins for this truck. I've got some here somewhere. Bam. I'm bloody stoked about that, if I'm honest. That's a wicked looking truck. So this gives you a good idea of what the Cross RTR is, because it's underneath. It's the exact same truck, except. Hang on. So, the Cross RTR is essentially the base version of this truck underneath. Now, unplug that. Yoink. So, you do get this. I believe, looking at the pictures, you get this with your cross RTR, which is cool. It's a little scale detail. I like it. That's the chassis, right? It's all the same as this. Metal links and all that. The only thing you don't get metal diffs. These are the CNC diffs for the C versions, okay? They're the fancy ones. You get the plastic diffs, which are fine, right? This particular truck, if you like building kits, is only $450 US, and it is nice. There's those shocks I was talking about. Look at the coils on that, and it's just because there's so many coils, it does more. You just got to trust me on that. Go out and drive a truck with 5 coils and drive one with 10. The one with 10 is smoother and absorbs more, and it just works better. So that's the chassis for your RTR truck, and it's quality, man. You will have a plastic cover of these. You will have a plastic transmission cover, but if you wish to upgrade those, now the reason you'd upgrade those is it will disperse heat better. There's a metal mount. I can only assume in this one it's got a plastic one. So the metal mount $6 US. The metal case for your gearbox is $8.50. So big spenders, right? And the metal transfer case is $10. $25. You can change most of the components to be, well, most. You can change the driveline components to be the same as the C version. I believe they got metal drive shafts on the RTR. I'll have to double, triple, ultra, mega check that. But I'm excited about the idea of that truck because I could buy it, drive it, then convert it to an SP4 hard body. That's the bonus because the Demon chassis now has, I mean, Demon. There's an SG4 Demon over there. There's options. You can buy a Lexan body truck and go, you know what, I want to step up my scale game now. You can literally, for those that haven't seen it, you can buy this body and put it on. Worst case, you may have to change your length slightly. It is really simple. Cross-cell little spacers that are 1mm, 2mm, 3mm and 4mm thickness. That's the only difference with the lengths, I believe. It's not hard. Mike Jackson changed one of his trucks to one of these bodies, and he can tell you it's not hard. So it gives you the option. Can you say bloody hell, mate? I just did. How we say bloody hell depends on what's just happened. Okay? Sometimes we will add some words to it. Bloody bleeding hell. If you stub your toe, for instance. What I'm just doing, as you guys have noticed, I've been on the hunt for the right toe bolt for these Cross trucks because Cross hasn't released one yet. They're working on it, as far as I've been told. They're working on it, but they haven't released one yet. So I've been buying really cheap ones off Wish and stuff like that. Where'd that driver go? In the hope to find one. There it is. Easy conversion, says Mike. So, I've been trying all these different ones, getting them off Wish, and this particular one, not quite long enough. But, where you put the bolt to it, comes up between the gap here. Your bolt goes down through there. This is just on this one. So I've just put a nut on top. I mean, that's going nowhere. You can tow a trailer. Speaking of trailers, possibly tonight I'll do some more work on this trailer. All right, this is our Cross RC T. What's the number? I'll give you the part number. T001. That was hard to remember. T001. Cross trailer, right? You get 1.55s, you get scale tyres, you get metal axle, leaf springs, all that lovely stuff. The trailer itself is plastic, but it is thick as bib plastic, okay? That thickness there, that's how thick all the plastic is, except for this piece. Anyway, if you sit down and build the whole trailer in one go, you'll smash it out in an hour, easy, right? Wicked little build. Then I've decided with mine, I was going to do a fold-out tent, and the tent's too big that I got. And I looked at this boat that I got from Dion, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a nice scale little bloody camper trailer. Like a camper trailer in the sense of you take it camping with you, and it's got everything you need. So with the boat, we're going to have jerry cans, we're going to have like a water bottle, whatever other scale objects I can think of that I can put on here. So check this. I love this. This is cool. I'm much happier with this idea than I was with the scale tent idea. I don't know if that'll clip on there. There you go. The only thing I don't like about these is they don't have a lock. Now imagine if you pull on it really hard, or if you go down a big dip. I know that's a big dip, but it'll pop itself off. But yeah, scale trailer for scale trucks. I would like to ideally end up with tow balls on all my trucks so that I can tow a trailer behind them all. Right, on my back, I'm going to go and lay down because my back's wrecked. I'm saying you need some 1.55 centimetre wheels for that. For what? For which one, David? As it is, I've got 1.55s on this truck. I've got 1.55s on this one. That truck can stay as 1.9s. My other Demon can stay as 1.9s because it's compy truck, you know. I am gonna attempt to scale this out a bit more. I'll probably pull the fuel tank out of it, do some fuel lines and all that sort of thing, and take this rim off and paint it, or just to tidy it up. I mean, it doesn't take long to paint these wheels, really, does it? Did they glue it? Oh, they glued it. Don't glue spare tyres, okay? You just put the tyre on there, put it on your truck. Don't glue them. You don't need to. But yeah, I mean, I've got some other wheels and such coming. I've got some pretty cool things I need to drink. Some pretty cool things coming for future live feeds. So do us a favour, give it a share. I'd like to get as many views as possible on these things. For good reason. The more views we get, the more I can do with them. Like the giveaway that's coming up soon, where I'm going to give away a truck. I don't know how I'm going to give it away yet. I'm going to unbox that truck on the live feed. Then I'm going to box it back up and I'm going to give it away. So, shares. Shares are big. I know I pester you guys about it, but the more we get views, the more I can do, the more I can help give back. I mean, I know we've got this giveaway coming up, but I'm going to keep pushing to see if we can give away a full-size truck. So, help. I should donate the ones I showed you for a good cause. I can't remember, Dave. Okay, so many people show me so much stuff, and it's so hard to keep up with it all. Easy to stick my address up. Don't think so, Robert. Robert, would you like to tell people why it is that you are so crafty? You don't have to. I don't give people secrets away. So, everyone, guess what? No. Anyway. Alright. Thank you very much all for watching. Thanks for sticking with us through the connection nonsense. My internet's pretty damn quick, so I don't know what was going on there. Maybe we were having some sort of interference, or it's just Facebook being stupid. So, give it a like, give it a share. Let's get more and more people watching these things so that we can have more people enjoying all the nonsense that we do here. There was one thing I was supposed to do. I'll do it later on today. Tony Gutierrez wanted me to sit this truck, the PG4L, on the bench with that trailer and that, or whatever truck I like. Sit it on the bench so I can show you guys just how big the thing is. I'll do that in a live feed this afternoon. If I do one this afternoon. If I don't, I'll do one tomorrow and I'll install that other stuff tomorrow so you guys don't miss out. All right, thank you very much for watching. Take care, look after each other. Have fun with the hobby. That's what it's all about. All right, we'll see you next time. Beep. Beep.